Do you ever look around and notice all the trash spread out along the side of the streets? Or the plastic constantly floating on nearby bodies of water? Have you ever been in a city where the air is so hard to breathe or smells unnatural because of all the chemicals suspended in it? Pollution is everywhere, and it is negatively affecting the earth that we live on. At this point, our grandchildren may not experience an earth with any undisturbed sights or get to see some of the animals that are living today. Actually, they may not get to see Earth at all, which is so sad to say, but a thought that we need to have. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, pollution has been increasing at an alarming rate, a rate at which our Earth cannot sustain for much longer. Pollution affects all areas of life, especially the water and air that living creatures, including us humans, need for survival. Something needs to be done for the survival of our planet, and experts say there are many ways for ordinary people to come together and make an impact by going green. For example, it's as easy as riding a bike when going to the nearest grocery store. Within a few short minutes, my hope is that you will know more about the problems caused by pollution and some simple solutions that experts propose to do your part in saving Earth. Let's start with talking about the air that we breathe, the air that we need to survive. The quality of the air in our atmosphere has been rapidly decreasing, which is caused by many factors. As stated by the Natural Resources Defense Council, or the NRDC, which is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to understanding environmental problems plaguing our Earth and creating innovative solutions for these problems. The main factors causing air pollution include the burning of fossil fuels and especially energy production. This pollution not only affects living creatures, which I will touch on soon, but also the longevity of our Earth. Air pollution is known to cause climate change, which is an event in which the gases within our atmosphere are out of balance and the Earth is heating up. The respected NRDC organization states that climate change leads to rising sea levels, more extreme weather, heat-related deaths, and increasing transmission of infectious diseases like Lyme disease. The effects specifically on humans are also a cause of concern. A study by a foundation created to promote human rights, called the Thomas Reuters Foundation, shows that 93% of children worldwide live in areas of high air pollution, which caused over 600,000 deaths in children under the age of 16 in 2016. This is the future generation, dying unnecessarily because of our actions. The animals breathe the same air as us, so they suffer from this pollution too. Plants, which we need for many reasons, including food and oxygen production, also suffer from the effects of air pollution. A research director for the French National Institute for Agricultural Research, or the IRNA, named Garrick Jean-Pierre, mentions that in recent decades, it has been noticed that plants often contract diseases that will affect their growth and productivity. All in all, air pollution is a major problem, but it doesn't end there. Let's take a look at the effects it has on our water supplies. Water, which makes up about 71% of the Earth's outer layer, is also greatly impacted by the pollution. This affects all creatures, aquatic or not, because we all depend on water to live. It also affects the natural processes that Earth goes through to keep revolving and supporting life. Experts that work for the esteemed environmental organization Conservation International have stated that each year humans dump about 17.6 billion pounds of plastic into the ocean. That's over 17 billion pounds, with a B. Furthermore, harmful chemicals and gray waste are also dumped into the ocean and other bodies of water in large quantities. This degrades the quality of water and can cause things such as coral bleaching. To clarify, gray waste is the water waste that is usually dumped into nearby bodies of water, and it comes from households, businesses, factories, etc. It often has harmful pollutants in it and sewage. Ocean water is not the only thing affected, however. Freshwater sources are commonly polluted. The high levels of nutrients dumped into both types of water promote algae and weed growth, which depletes the oxygen, killing the animals and making the water undrinkable. For example, this exact event is taking place in our home state of Florida through what is known as the red tides. This is an algal bloom that has been taking place because of a harmful runoff into waters. The algae this phenomenon is characterized by, called Karenia brevis, releases a harmful chemical that paralyzes and kills the aquatic creatures, but it also affects us humans because it releases toxins into the air that cause respiratory irritation. Once again, water pollution affects humans and plant life. Because the water we need to survive is less pure, and harmful chemicals will cause harmful diseases. Furthermore, As mentioned by another important speech by Braden, being around water is calming, de-stressing, and may have links to people living longer. If our water is dirty and polluted, do you think that it will continue to have the same effects? It won't. The types of pollution we just discussed are more well known, but there are also less known types of pollution, such as noise pollution. This type is caused by the unnatural noises produced by humans in daily life. And some examples would include the noise produced from mining, construction, traffic, nightlife, loud music, etc. It is harmful because it often causes stress to animals in nearby areas, which affects their natural processes such as mating. This has a snowball effect on the health of the species, the food chain, the ecosystem, and therefore Earth as a whole. After learning about the horrible effects caused by pollution, let's take a look at some simple things that we, as individual people, can do to help. Although these suggestions may seem insignificant, experts truly believe that many people coming together and making these small changes can actually have a great impact. To start, because one of the main producers of air pollution is energy production and use, cutting down on the amount of electricity being used within your home is an easy way to be involved in the Going Green movement. The United States Environmental Protection Agency suggests that most people can do this by buying more efficient, energy-efficient appliances and lights, or unplugging anything that is not actively being used. My family has implemented this into our own home by buying energy-efficient LED light bulbs and by cutting down on electricity usage as much as possible. Therefore, I can assure you that this not only helps our environment, but it also helps the banks. Another way to cut down on air pollution would be to burn less fossil fuels. So if you're going somewhere nearby, instead of driving, you could walk, ride a bike, or take up one of the many modes of public transportation, like a bus, train, or a rideshare program. To help with ocean pollution, as well as the ever-so-present pollution on the side of the streets and pretty much everywhere, us consumers of goods can influence companies to produce less plastic. This could happen through the people of society strictly purchasing items with eco-friendly packaging or no packaging at all. Also, making an effort to reduce, reuse, and recycle can have a great impact. Or just picking up any trash spotted on the side of the road and discarding of it properly. Renowned life coach Krista Quattrochi believes that a big yet simple way to help is to simply be mindful about the impacts that your actions have and use good judgment to look out for the environment and steer clear of pollution. This can be as simple as ordering less packages online because they use extra trash in packaging, or utilizing reusable water bottles and containers. Water, plants, animals, air, and everything on Earth is interconnected, so pollution affects everyone and everything. The Earth is suffering, and we need to help if we want our future generations to have a good quality of life, or even life at all. Basically, everything we do has an effect on our planet, and there are some small changes that we can all make to have a better impact on Earth. My hope is that everybody can take these words to heart and think about our impact and how we can switch it around to make it a positive one. Thank you for your time.